Welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. This is my Diecast Creations channel, and today is a very special day. Today we honor our good friend Andrew over at Maple Leaf Customs for his 5-year anniversary of his YouTube channel being active. And Andrew has been one of my loyal followers on YouTube. Very helpful guy, very friendly, and willing to basically do whatever he can to help anyone else in the community succeed, right? So Andrew's been with me since day one. I started, and I just realized this because I went back to see when my first video was. I started my channel about 4 years ago. February 3rd of 2021 was when I released my first video. And Andrew was right there. Subscriber number 26, actually, because he left it in the comment. And that's how I know. So Andrew's been along for the ride. He's been one of my biggest supporters. He's been one of my biggest cheerleaders when it comes to, keeping up the momentum and, cranking out videos and builds and giveaways and, nothing but supportive this whole time. And then when Amanda got, even before she got pregnant, when we did our Free the Ferraris challenge build off for Amanda for her birthday, Andrew sent 3 Ferraris, 3 customs he built for Amanda and sent all the way from Switzerland. Not only that, he sent me this custom Porsche that we're looking at right now, and I don't remember if this was for for one of his anniversary builds or if he just sent it over because he wanted to give me something, but he put my logo on the side of the car. So this actually goes back a few years, and if you look close enough, you'll see MLMM on the hood. That was for his original branding, which was Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. He's since changed the name of the channel to Maple Leaf Customs, and it is quite fitting. So congratulations, Andrew. Congratulations on 5 years of success, staying true to yourself, staying true to the community, and just being an overall ambassador for the community, taking over for Keith over at Outlaw Speed Shop in the 4 Horsemen builds, and just being a staple here, man. Anybody that's part of our community knows who you are and has watched quite a few of your videos. A well-rounded builder. He's done so much and challenged himself to get outside of his box. He started a post-apocalyptic series, building all the Mad Max stuff. He's an expert 3D printer now with resin prints, and I don't need to pat Andrew on the back anymore. I don't think. You guys all know who he is. If you do not, and you've only been following me, please go follow Andrew. I'll leave a link to his channel down underneath in the description, and you can get acclimated to his work. He's got 5 years worth of videos, so plenty of content to enjoy. I missed the challenge. I missed the anniversary last year. And I was a little upset about it because I just wasn't ready to build. I couldn't build, being, you guys know I've been on the move. And last year we had just bought the house and had renovated, and we're still getting settled in here. And I didn't even know if I was ever going to get back behind the camera, or to have a workstation and be able to build anymore. So here we are now. And this is the 5-year anniversary, and I wasn't going to miss the opportunity to get in because it was important to me to support Andrew because he's been there for me. He's been there through thick and thin here. Even though I've never met Andrew in person, we've had extensive conversations through chat, and I've had video chat with him with the kids, and he's just been there. He's been there when Amanda got pregnant. Him and his wife were one of the first to send us a congratulations video from the Swiss Alps. So I love Andrew, and I wish him all the success in the world moving forward to the 6-year anniversary, and so on and so on. I decided to build a here. I don't know if you guys are going to see it, but I'll try to slip this in the background here, and I'll have to go sideways. It's the Magnus Walker 96 Porsche Carrera. I don't have one to show in stock form. I don't even have a casting to show in stock form, so I am a little bit unprepared for this challenge. But I did want to get back up and going here and give you guys an actual video instead of going live for this. I've been itching to do a video. I don't even have an editor on my phone anymore. My computer's not set up. So excuses. There's no excuse to get behind the camera and put a video up, especially not for something like this. So just broke the light box out, and my turntable, it still works. So thankfully we are somewhat prepared here. But I live in Lexington, North Carolina now, and there is a diecast store called Carolina's Diecast. There's a gentleman named Devin that works there, and through talking, I've only been in there a few times, but I have seen he's a customizer. He doesn't have any channel. He doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything like that, and he doesn't do Instagram or post his content anywhere, but he builds custom Porsches for himself. So I'm gonna try to talk to Devin and see if he might be interested in making a channel possibly, or an Instagram, so that you guys can see what he's been doing. If not, maybe he would be comfortable enough with me showing some of his work after I present him with something that I just built. So basically, through conversations, I told him what I do. He said, man, that would be really cool to get a Porsche Carrera. I didn't commit to it at first, and because I didn't know I was going to have the time, but once I was set up with a workstation, I decided to pull the trigger. And I happened to be back in the in the store, and I asked Devin, I said, hey man, you said you wanted a Carrera. And he's like, yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. I'm not asking you to make me one, but that would be really cool to have a post-apocalyptic Porsche Carrera. I've always kind of wanted one since I seen the Mad Max movies and stuff. So I was talking to Devin, and I said, you know what? Listen, man, this is a necessity for me to build. I could build something for somebody else, but you're in front of me. You're a Porsche connoisseur. You're a Porsche fanatic. That is the theme of this build off. So would you let me build a car for you? And he said, absolutely. So at that point, I'm like, all right, do you have one? Because I don't. I don't have one. And he's like, I can buy one right now. We're standing in the diecast store, right? So, that was basically in the nutshell, the conversation. I had been shopping through a couple totes of old Matchbox cars that they had there. And when we made our transaction, I actually forgot about this. And I was like, oh, dude, the Porsche. He said it's in the bag. So when I got home, I started looking at it. I'm like, there's a few things that I could do here. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. I did ask Devin before I left the store if there was any suggestions that he had, or requests or anything like that. And he denied. He said, no, I do not have any suggestions or requests. I took that as a blank canvas to do what I do, right? So you're looking at it. You're basically looking at a 96 Porsche Carrera. I did take some influence from, there's a Death Race, I believe. Death Race There was a Porsche Carrera in there. And now I didn't copy it. I didn't do what they did there, right? But I took some inspiration from it, right? Um, Basically, what I'll say here is that I did exactly what I wanted to do with this car. It got me back to my roots of Gaslands building. It got me back to feeling my creative spirit, and letting that flourish. I didn't know where it was gonna go once I started, but I did exactly what I wanted, and I stopped procrastinating and looking at the car. I did it for a little bit, and then it's kind of like writer's block where you don't know where to go, right? Until you actually just put the pen to the paper and start hammering it out. And literally, that's what I did. I went down to the shop. I didn't have much time to build this car. So I went down to the shop. I took some sandpaper. I scuffed the paint, right? While I'm down there in the shop scuffing the paint, I took a drill bit and I started scratching out some battle damage in it, right? As I'm working on this thing, I look down and there's a pencil punch. I don't know what the exact word for this is, but it's a pencil punch, right? That's what it looks like to me. I was like, you know what? That thing will probably do some pretty realistic bullet holes, right? So you can see the Swiss cheese on the side here. I didn't want to go too overboard with it, but once I started hammering holes in this car, I couldn't stop, man. I was like, oh, this is great, right? This is great. So all down the passenger side of this thing, you just see, bullet holes. Like this guy, he's been using the right side of the car as protection, right? He knows that the left side flank is open and it's not very well protected, his driver's window. So anytime he comes into action, he turns hard left and lets the enemy have the right side of the car. So that's where you see all these drive-by bullet holes down the side of this Porsche Carrera. It is a Gaslands vehicle. So and Devin might not know what Gaslands is, but it was part of, it's part of my building. So is it a roller? Yes and no. The front tires roll, the rears don't. I kind of did that on purpose because it's a game piece. So when you put it down on the table, you don't want it to roll. Also, if you're going to put it in this display or something like that, this is not going to fit in a regular acrylic case. So it's going to be most likely open on display and you don't want it to roll off. So I did it intentionally. Free creators, creators freedom to do what I do, right? I glue most of my wheels so that they don't roll on the table, and that's where we are here. Basically, the front windshield is a hair roller that I cut up and made into what it is, right? And it's backed by some window grate, and that's basically how I make most of my chain link window protections. You got a 3D printed machine gun on the left side there. I didn't want to use all 3D parts, but I kind of was in a rush and I had to do what I had to do. So I was trying not to use any, but I ended up using that and the fuel tanks that are on the back of it are basically serving extra purpose for not having to stop, right? I had those in a bin. I'm like, that'll actually work out pretty well. And then all around the car, you'll just see little bits. The skull is from a 40K case that I got from Bruce Zolo. That's a kit of 100 skulls or 40 skulls or something like that. I don't know. I think it's 100 skulls. So I grabbed one of those. Little barrel on the side here is just out of my bits box, and then some floral wire that runs up to the middle there is meant to be like it's made to cool the engine, right? This is a rear engine vehicle, and it's going to add some extra air flow going up into the intake, because there's a lot of stuff blocking where that would be. So we basically created a snorkel, if you will, for this Porsche Carrera Death Race Gaslands Death Machine. It's got a spare tire strap to the rear. It doesn't have a spike on it, but it is holding the chain there. This chain is for multiple reasons. If he needs to hold something up, he's got some extra chain on the car. It's also armor, right? Chain is armor. It's metal. It helps to deflect bullets. And if he needs to tow somebody out of a bad situation, it's there. Or maybe he's got to do some things that are unspeakable on YouTube, and we don't want to talk about it. Right? So use your imagination there, what that chain would be for. He's got some wooden blocks with a piece of guardrail on the passenger side there to protect. Like I said, it's a and I just got a mental block. It is a right side barricade, right? So he's going to use that right side to absorb bullets and keep it pushing. I did put spikes on the wheels as protection for if somebody's riding up on you. You need to take out some tires or something like that, or if you're going through a checkpoint, a tight point, and you need to chop some guys at the knees, right? There you go. So I did do some battle damage to those. Broke the tips off and give them some rough edges because the clean look just wasn't doing it for me. This guy's seen some damage, right? He's seen some battle, and it's gonna show. So, in a nutshell, so this is also the first time that I've ever used a person. I don't know if you can see in there, but it's got a driver in there. It's got a driver. I've been hesitant to use any little miniatures like this because of the level of detail that you got to put into it usually. But being that it's a driver, you don't see him so much, right? So I didn't really need to detail him so much, right? I will say this. I used a new-ish technique with this. I've used it on a few cars now, but being in my new house and new setup and having the girls and not being able to work during the day usually on my cars, time is an issue. So the only spray paint that I used on this was the body. I used Rust-Oleum 2 times, flat black on the body. And then everything else is I put down Mod Podge as a base and then brush painted everything. So this whole car is painted by hand. It's not much to the paint. It's just a basic dark blue. I don't remember the exact name. It's apple barrel paints. And then I use some of my Citadel paints for the gun and some of the metal look, and then my basic rust and dust with the brown going to light tan, and also Tamiya weathering powders on top of all of that. Sealed it all in with a matte varnish by Vallejo, but it's all brush painted. I didn't use any spray paint on top of any of the work that I did here. And I guess that's something to like. I don't know. It's late. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, which is the new normal for me. But I wanted to record this and get some pictures over to Andrew so that he can get set for his video, and I can post this up and have it upcoming for the deadline of the 15th, I believe. So that's basically the build, right? This is for Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs. Congratulations, my friend, on 5 successful years of building on YouTube. And thank you for being such a great member of the community and a great friend. And I wish you the best moving forward. I hope Devin likes this car. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.